Just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. They love their football in this part of the country, and this crowd is ready to go as their guys will match up with the New York Jets. The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. Taken at the goal line. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped it to 14. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. The first carry for the Memphis man, Antonio Gibson. And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's 2nd down now.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Let's go, let's go. Hey, we got Mike 53.
Carr now to throw. Being chased out left. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Little glimpse of his athleticism there and what they're going to have to deal with. He can use his legs to dance around back behind the line of scrimmage and beyond the line of scrimmage.
And wouldn't you love to get a copy of their defensive scouting report going into the week? Because that's been stressed the whole time. Keep him bottled up. Keep him in the pocket. But it's the first drive of the game and emotions are running high. Someone forgot that, trying to make a big play, and gave up a bigger one instead.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And he will finally be taken down at the Jets' 19-yard line. 54 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. On the ground, this is Rashad Penny. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes a defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
Now, 53, Mike. Get your swarm on. 53's the Mike. 53, check 53. Express. Jim.
And Thomas has it. Touchdown, Washington. Logan Thomas, his first first touchdown of the new season. And Washington takes the ball down the field and scores on their opening drive. Extra point good by Hopkins. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Play action. Now Wilson. And this is incomplete. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice, steady gain.
Now they try the right side here. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And he will bring this one back. It is a pick 6 for a Washington touchdown. And this defense looking like they have come to play the pick 6, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visit. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski, that's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talked about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It all comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? Now they go screen. It's complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. So offside's the call, and they understandably decline it.
And this is why we're seeing more and more teams hiring that one coach to the staff that's in charge of all these things. This one's minor. It's pretty easy to figure out. But all the game management stuff, trying to help out the head coach in his decision-making process.
Going quickly out wide to Moore. Finding some room at midfield. And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard. To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete. This Washington defense, Charles, terrific in the victory a week ago.
Yeah, they only allowed 13 points, and you can poll all 32 coaches, and I guarantee you they'd say, we'll take that every single week. Well, let me think about that for a second. Maybe there'd be one contrarian that would say, give me 10.
On third down, Wilson. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Hands it off out of the gun. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Here's Wilson. He finds his man, complete. That's Moore. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And he will find his man on the outside. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. $14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Now Wilson. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Eric Ebron there to make the grab. And the Jets have made this a one-score game. Zerline good with a PAT. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Returning it, Isaiah McKenzie. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offense's sails, because they had it going pretty good last time, too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, it doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
Flush to his right. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked up by James Bradbury. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. And then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
After the interception, here's Wilson. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down.
I think we could all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Flushed out right. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end. Complete. Throwing again on second down. Wilson. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Eric Ebron with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Jets are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Zerline connects on the extra point, and we are tied here in the second quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. From his end zone, Isaiah McKenzie. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
On second and 12, Carr. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. On the counter, Gibson. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Gibson. 74 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. A give running right, Gibson. He'll be stopped short of the 25. The nice move couldn't free him. On 3rd down, here's Gibson. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. They'll run on 1st down. It's Gibson, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. A handoff running left is Gibson. They'll get 4 on second down, but it leaves them with third and still 9 to go.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on third.
53's the mic. 53. Check 53. White Monday down. Switch.
Gibson here running out of the gun. And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. And Hopkins' kick is good. And they take a 17-14 lead. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the three.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow.
Either way.
Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And with a little under a minute to go, they may try and work their way into field goal range and try to tie up this ball game. He'll air this one out deep for Davis. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Wilson. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. So now Wilson and the Jets with a 3rd and long here following the sack. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. Oh. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense, as they will take over here with a little more than 30 seconds remaining. On play action, it's Carr. He'll buy some time right. Now on the run, he'll throw it back deep over the middle. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. His throw incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Mike, 53, Mike. Coming, baby, I'm coming, baby. Woo! Heavy.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Carr escaping the pressure right. This will be caught at Samuel. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
And partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. He's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
Eluding the pressure right. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Now Carr again. Buying, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. Made his first, this now from 42 yards out. Hopkins' kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here at our nation's capital with a Washington football team on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. The Jets going to get the football first, and they trail as well as we get back underway in this second half. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again, 2nd and 10 from the 25. From the gun, it's Wilson. Going back to Moore. This time he's got it complete. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. From the shotgun, Wilson. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up the first down.
Uncorks one for Davis. And got his man complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. But sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money. Zerline good with a PAT. And this is now a 1-point game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Isaiah McKenzie now on the return.
Washington will take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. Tackle made there by Jabril Peppers.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
Hey, we're good, we're good. 185.
They'll run with Gibson, and he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Later one. 53 is the mic. 53 is the mic. I got one.
Throwing on first down is Carr. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. That's caught inside the 20. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A huge play there for Washington.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal.
Check 26, check 26.
Gibson. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
It is definitely hard to find space near the goal line. You always want to have a guy in the game running it who can create his own.
Second and goal from the 1. Gibson again, and he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get them over the goal line.
Hopkins with the extra point, and the lead is up to 8. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They did what they had to do to start this 3rd quarter, went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
That's a good way to start the drive, 17 yards and a first down. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Here's Wilson. And he's got his big tight end here. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. To throw is Wilson. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
He's got the first down here inside the 30 and down to the 27-yard line. Throwing again here, Wilson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Moore. Touchdown, Jets. Elijah Moore, 27 yards. And the Jets are able to get a score back in the final stages of this third quarter. So the Jet offense staying on the field. They're going to go for two. Wilson going to throw for it. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. 3 quarters in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. McKenzie now from his end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. They'll start on the ground with Gibson. It's a first down and more for Gibson. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 121 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
On first down, right back to Gibson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Six guy, check six
On play action. Now Carr. Sliding out of the pocket. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the fourth quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
On first down, Gibson down to the 30 after a gain of 3. Coming up on 2nd and 7. Now a play fake. Carr. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. On the very outer edge of field goal range, it would be 56 yards if they got nothing here on 3rd down. To throw his Carr. Dancing to his left. And he gets it down to the 32. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. He certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. And Hopkins' kick is good. And with that, they will move out in front by 3. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it, happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this fourth quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They go play action with Wilson. Rolling to his right. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a 1st down.
Couple of 1st downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Now a handoff looking right. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. They'll run on first down. It's Gibson. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 132 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues. An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock. And this is second and less than a yard. Gibson again. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. Shotgun handoff to Gibson. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. Hopkins' kick is good. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Throwing now is Wilson. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play. Just someone that I could dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
Wilson to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, this is getting close to a no-win situation now. They've got one final shot. They're on their end of the field, and it's 4th and long. This might require a little extra razzle-dazzle to get it done.
So down 6, and they know they need this one on 4th down. Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. He's going to let it fly. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. It's a big play that time by the Jets. On the defensive side of the ball, that's the definition of frustrated. You get them to 4th down, and then you allow a chunk play like that in the passing game.
Almost felt as if that play was drawn up in the dirt on the sideline. They pulled that from a game plan that wasn't this game, and they still made it work.
Here's Wilson. He'll air this one out deep for Davis. And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well have run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Now Wilson. Flushed out right. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the first, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movements. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to be what we call a flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. One last shot for Wilson.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked off inside the 10. And that is going to seal this